One Pride, what's going on? It's your boy, T. Back at it again with another episode of Talking with T. Let's get into it. Let's get after it, man. On this channel, we talk about Detroit sports and we chase down the best version of ourselves. If that interests you, do me a favor and hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. It really helps this channel grow and get in the algorithm, and I really appreciate you for taking the time out of your day to rock with me, T. So let's dive right in the video. Today we're going over the game plan or a preview for the Detroit Lions versus Washington Redskins. My keys for the Detroit Lions to win this game. So let's dive right into the video. My first key to the Detroit Lions taking advantage of the Washington Commanders this week is we got to take advantage of Carson Wentz's home run hitting opportunities, man. The guy makes a lot of mistakes, so we have to capitalize on that. Whether it be a pick six, a scoop six, whatever it is, the Lions had to take advantage of it, and this is why I honestly believe that the Jacksonville Jaguars lost last week, because when they got two picks last week, back-to-back picks last week. I don't know if they relatively turned into points, but I know they didn't really take advantage of that. When the other team turns the ball over, which is kind of inevitable for Carson Wentz to not turn the ball over, the Lions need to turn those into points, whether it be a field goal, whether it be a touchdown, or the defense turns it in for a scoop six or a pick six. We have to take advantage of Carson Wentz's home run hitting opportunities, and that brings me to my second point. We have to limit the home run opportunities. They scored a lot of big touchdowns last week. Carson Wentz threw a 50-yard bomb or something to Terry McLaurin. Jahan Dotson caught a long touchdown pass to them to win the game at the end of their game last week. And Curtis Samuel is just an explosive athlete. So we have to limit their explosive plays. If we can eliminate their explosive plays and get after Carson Wentz, it's a recipe for success, especially because then they're going to have to rely on Antonio Gibson to run the ball. And if we have to contain their three explosive wide receivers and force them to run the ball. Antonio Gibson is no slouch this week, but we can force them to run the ball and take care of their explosive wide receivers. The Lions are in good shape to win this game. Their explosive wide receivers are Curtis Samuel, who is just lightning in a bottle, in my opinion. I watched him when he broke my heart against Michigan and when he was on Ohio State in 2016 when he took that jet sweep and scored in overtime when JT was short. And then they got Terry McLaurin, who's just really fast. He's just going to be explosive. I imagine Jeff Okudah will worry on him. And they got, Jahan Dotson, the rookie from Penn State. The guy's a freak. He caught a freak touchdown last week. So all their receivers are explosive, and we have to eliminate their explosive plays if the Lions want to stay in this game. And we have to get after the quarterback. We cannot let Carson Wentz scramble like Jalen Hurts did last week. Carson Wentz is nowhere near as fast or the type of scrambler that Jalen Hurts is. So I imagine the Lions are going to get some pressure after Carson Wentz this week. Let's take advantage of it. Let's get him down. Let's sack him a few times. I'm expecting a huge bounce back game from Aiden Hutchinson this week. And we have to tackle this week. My third point, we have to tackle this week. Whether that's Antonio Gibson running the ball or the lightning in the bottle of Curtis Samuel. We have to gang up. We have to fly to the ball. 11 hats to the football this week. We can't have like a play where Miles Sanders was in the backfield and he runs for 30 yards and that kills us and kills our opportunity of coming back into this game. The Lions have to tackle this week. If you can tackle, contain their three explosive wide receivers and take advantage of Carson Wentz's turnovers, Lions have a good opportunity at winning this game, and we are, in my opinion, a better team. So we'll get into that later on. So on offense, this is what the Lions need to do on offense. Just keep feeding the ball to DeAndre Swift and don't get away from the running game. The reason they got away from the running game last week was all the self-inflicted wounds, the 2 false starts, the holdings, the getting back behind schedule. We have to keep DeAndre Swift on schedule. We have to keep our whole running game on the schedule. Jamal Williams was running good. DeAndre Swift was running good. And I'm sure Craig Reynolds and all them, Justin Jackson, if they get the opportunity, will run good this week if we can stay committed to the run game. That's so important. And it's not even just important to establish the run game. It's important to keep the time of possession up. Keep Carson Wentz and all those explosive guys off the field, because Carson Wentz, as much as he makes dumb decisions, he can win you a game with his arm. You saw that pass he put to Terry McLaurin last week. You saw that pass he threw to Jahan Dotson last week. He puts it where only his wide receiver can get it. So he's very inconsistent. So when you just got to keep him off the field, keep their 3 wide receivers off the field, and take advantage of their turnovers, and keep feeding the ball to DeAndre Swift in the running game. If you could do that and limit our self-inflicted wounds, This is a real good opportunity for the Lions to get their first win of the season, of the 22 regular season, going 1-1 instead of looking 0-2, which is going to be very bleak, and I'm going to lose a little bit of faith. I know you guys will lose a little bit of faith, and I don't know what to think. So the Lions have to win this week. It's a must-win in my opinion. I think the Lions have the players and the talent, the coaches, to be better than the Washington Redskins. They almost beat the Philadelphia Eagles last week. I know it's an almost win, but I've told you guys in my previous videos that the Detroit Lions were probably not going to win last week against the Philadelphia Eagles. The Philadelphia Eagles were all talented across the field. They're very talented on their D-line. So the way you wear down their D-line so they're not getting as much pressure on Jared Goff is to keep running the ball, keep establishing that run game. And you know what that does? It opens up the play-action pass. And when the play-action pass is open, Amon-Ra St. Brown is going to be wide open. T.J. Hockenson is going to be wide open. Shark, Reynolds are all going to be open. They better catch the ball this week. That goes into what I was talking about, self-inflicted wounds. We have to limit the drops this week. I don't expect Amon-Ra St. Brown to drop 2 balls this week. I don't expect Josh Reynolds to drop any balls this week. And I don't really expect T.J. Hockenson to drop any balls this week. But we can't have any self-inflicted wounds. We can't turn the ball over like last week. We can't spot them 6 points. This is what kills us. We have to take care of the football. And this week, no self-inflicted wounds. Run the ball and open up that play-action pass game. And we're in for a recipe for success. If you take advantage of Carson Wentz's turnovers, you tackle well, you limit their big plays, you contain their big 3 wide receivers who are just explosive all over the field, and on offense we keep feeding the ball to DeAndre Swift, limit our self-inflicted wounds, and just play our brand of football the way we did. We scored 5 touchdowns in the red zone last week, or we scored 5 touchdowns last week against a very good Philadelphia Eagles offense. So when we turn them over this week, we have to turn their turnovers into points. This is a huge week. This is a huge game for the Detroit Lions. It's a huge determinator for the future, in my opinion. This is a must-win game. Comment down below what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe. Do what you got to do to support my channel. I really appreciate you for tuning in all the way to the end of the video. You are all awesome. I appreciate all of you guys. One Pride signing out. I'll see you guys in the next one.